promote ya ọkụ atụrụ ha okwute mana ndị nwe obodo a n'ife niile a na-emenụ echie men of God warning echie judiciary warning echie ndị journalist warning o nwere onye ahụ fọrọ abanyekwuo ma Twitter na-ekwu okwu Facebook mee ha ka ha kpagharịcharụ the whole 36 steeti mee campaign ma senator dị na ya ma gọvanọ dị na ya o nwere onye kpara ha aka ogwe ndị nwe obodo a na-enwe obodo enwe rapụ mkpọtụ a na-enye na-agbara aka na-aza na onye jiji anaka eji n'ala ife na-ekwu okwu ya bụ izu ka mma na nne ji o nwere ife dị ka be mmadụ ka be onye adịna 2023 amaka mana enwe ndị nwe obodo a ife ọsọ gị mee as far as anyị ka na ebe a anyị ka bụ ohu Britain kwụ ha n'azụ ha kpọrọ unu asị from day one our forefathers suffered the same thing maka ekwere edebere ha isi n'ala ha nchani na-etekiri ben na-etekiri chunk of their meat na-ewest lives youths ndị gọvanọ anyị meghe ọnụ gọvanọ Benue steeti meghe ọnụ na-akọ ife sọrọ ya unu na ife o kwuru na steeti anyị atụri APC a na-ekwu onye Imo a na-ekwu kedu ebe ndị igwe anyị nọ ndị emias kwuo okwu ha kwuru ekerezu na ka Atiku si wee ji ikwu uche ya akpọchi ya azụ ọkwụrụ ebe ụmụnne ya ndị ofe mmanụ kwuo okwu asị gị na ọba nke a kwuru nka ọba nke a kwuru nka ha kwuru ofu ebe mana onye a na-anụ onye ya na Igbo sọsọ Igwe Achebe isi Igwe Achebe ebe ka igwe ndị ọzọ nọ ebi na ha moto nye ha certificate igwe ndị gọvanọ nyere akwụkwọ politikal igwe onwere ọzọ na-ekwu okwu na gọvanọ so okwu ife sọrọ ya nọ mana Atiku kwuru okwu former vice president ọbụrụ gọvanọ sọsọ maka na egburu Deborah Samuel okwu okwu delete the tweet gọnarị the whole Nigerians ife na obi ụmụnne ya n'obi mana na nwanne ya nwoke kpughere anyị ife niile a na-eme kịta ka aka ji ya unjustifiably na ya ka eji jụ na ama arapụ ya ka o wee bụ na emecha election ọ bụrụ na anyị kweta na anyị ana anyị arapụ ya maka ife a ka ọ na-agbarụ mbụ ya ọ nwanye ka ọ kụchara na anyị kweta na anyị ana ọ ya arapụ ya eso m akwado nwanne nwoke Peter Obi mana agwana m unu kama anyị anaghata n'ụzọ ọkamma na kama ọ ya aba anyị nọrọ n'obodo a emenyụna ha anyị ọkụ n'ụzọ ọkamma na anyị nabara mba anyị no place like home.
Visit our YouTube channel, God's Agenda TV.
Nnukwu okwu asị gị na ọba nke a kwuru nka ọba nke a kwuru nka ha kwuru ofu ebe mana onye a na-anụ onye ya na isi Igwe Achebe ebe ka igwe ndị ọzọ nọ ebi na ha moto nye ha certificate igwe ndị gọvanọ nyere akwụkwọ politikal igwe onwere ọzọ na-ekwu okwu na gọvanọ so okwu ife sọrọ ya nọ mana Atiku kwuru okwu former vice president ọbụrụ gọvanọ sọsọ maka na egburu Deborah Samuel okwu delete the tweet gọnarị the whole Nigerians ife na obi ụmụnne ya n'obi mana na nwanne ya nwoke kpughere anyị ife niile a na-eme kịta ka aka ji ya unjustifiably na ya ka eji jụ na ama arapụ ya ka o wee bụ na emecha election ọ bụrụ na anyị kweta na anyị ana anyị arapụ ya maka ife a ka ọ na-agbarụ mbụ ya ọ nwanye ka ọ kụchara na anyị kweta na anyị ana ọ ya arapụ ya eso m akwado nwanne nwoke Peter Obi mana agwana m unu kama anyị anaghata n'ụzọ ọkamma na kama ọ ya aba anyị nọrọ n'obodo a emenyụna ha anyị ọkụ n'ụzọ ọkamma na anyị nabara mba anyị no place like home.
Visit our YouTube channel, God's Agenda TV.
Nnukwu okwu asị gị na ọba nke a kwuru nka ọba nke a kwuru nka ha kwuru ofu ebe mana onye a na-anụ onye ya na isi Igwe Achebe ebe ka igwe ndị ọzọ nọ ebi na ha moto nye ha certificate igwe ndị gọvanọ nyere akwụkwọ politikal igwe onwere ọzọ na-ekwu okwu na gọvanọ so okwu ife sọrọ ya nọ mana Atiku kwuru okwu former vice president ọbụrụ gọvanọ sọsọ maka na egburu Deborah Samuel okwu delete the tweet gọnarị the whole Nigerians ife na obi ụmụnne ya n'obi mana na nwanne ya nwoke kpughere anyị ife niile a na-eme kịta ka aka ji ya unjustifiably na ya ka eji jụ na ama arapụ ya ka o wee bụ na emecha election ọ bụrụ na anyị kweta na anyị ana anyị arapụ ya maka ife a ka ọ na-agbarụ mbụ ya ọ nwanye ka ọ kụchara na anyị kweta na anyị ana ọ ya arapụ ya eso m akwado nwanne nwoke Peter Obi mana agwana m unu kama anyị anaghata n'ụzọ ọkamma na kama ọ ya aba anyị nọrọ n'obodo a emenyụna ha anyị ọkụ n'ụzọ ọkamma na anyị nabara mba anyị no place like home.
Visit our YouTube channel, God's Agenda TV.
nnukwu okwu asị gị na ọba nke a kwuru nke a ọba nke a kwuru nke a ọkwụrụ otu ebe mana onye a na-anụ olu ya na isi igwe achebe ebe ka igwe ndị ọzọ nọ ebi na ha moto nye ha satifiketi igwe ndị gọvanọ nyere akwụkwọ politikal igwe enweghị na-ekwu okwu nwa gọvanọ tekwu ekwe karịa nọ mana Atiku kwuru okwu kama vice president ọbụla gọvanọ sọsọ maka na egburu Deborah Samuel okwu okwu delete the tweet gọnarị the whole Nigerians ife na-ebu ụmụnne ya n'obi mana na nwanne anyị nwoke kpughere anyị ife niile a na-eme kịta ka aka ji ya unjustifiably mee ya ka eji dị na ama arapụ ya ka o wee dị na-emecha elekshọn ọ bụrụ na nketa na anyị ana anyị arapụ ya maka ịta ka ọ na-agbara ndụ ya ọ gwa ihe nke ọ kụchara na agwa nketa na anyị ana ọ ya arapụ ya eso m akwado nwanne anyị dịdị mana agwala m uru kama anyị anarata n'ụzọ ọkamma na kama ọ ya aba anyị nọ n'obodo a emenyela ha anyị ọkụ n'ụzọ ọkamma na anyị nara ahụ anyị no place like home.
Visit our YouTube channel, God's Agenda TV.
nnukwu okwu asị gị na ọba nke a kwuru nke a ọba nke a kwuru nke a ọkwụrụ otu ebe mana onye a na-anụ olu ya na isi igwe achebe ebe ka igwe ndị ọzọ nọ ebi na ha moto nye ha satifiketi igwe ndị gọvanọ nyere akwụkwọ politikal igwe enweghị
of Black Africans. Now pay close attention. This is the time to call BBC. You can call them 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Biafran time. Date 4th of July to 30th of September 2022. Now grab your pen and paper and pay close attention. You can call BBC switchboard on this number +44 2087 438,000. I repeat, +44 208 743 8000. Or you can tweet at BBC News. You can also call BBC Customer Service +44 3700 100 222. I repeat, +44 3700 100 222. Or you can also tweet at BBC Press. I have not finished. You can also call BBC Studios Limited +44 208 433 2000. I repeat, +44 208 433 2000. You can also email BBC News Channels at bbc.co.uk. BBC, we shall vanquish. BBC, do you know why? Because we are Biafrans.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, great Biafrans and lovers of freedom. This is Radio Biafra Hausa-Service coming to you via the auspices of Radio Biafra London. My name remains Mazi Jonathan Chinedu from Olu province of Biafra land. Today is the 19th day of July 2022, being Tuesday. We are here live and direct. Our leader is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who is still in the enemy dungeon. But make no mistake about it, our leader must be released. That is sure. Do not succumb to propaganda, to what people just dish out in order to, sell their platforms. Our leader must be released by fire, by force. I used to say it here, we don't beg for what belongs to us. We demand for what belongs to us, for our right, and we get it. We work towards it, we get it. Because we should not be begging all the time. As a beggar, have you seen a beggar that is living well? It's always, a beggar is always misery. A beggar is always living in quagmire. That is what people should understand. We ask for our right. We stand up for our right. We get it. We demand it. We get it. We work towards it. We get it. That is it. What we are doing, our leader is passing a process. IPOB is passing a process. Do not be carried away by the winds of the enemies. Please. We must continue. You know, this phrase, we must continue, it has many meaning, or many meanings. No matter the storm, the wind, the hurricane, the earthquake, we move, we continue. That is what it means. Because if you are carried away by any of these things, you cannot move. You are fallen. That's it. As a chaff. But as a hardcore believer in our struggle, genuine, it doesn't matter what happens. It doesn't matter what you see on the road. We must continue. That is the bottom line. Because if you are going home now, it doesn't matter how far your home is. You see many more houses more better than yours, but you cannot go there. You continue going as long as you never reach your home. That is what we do. That is the reality. You don't just see, oh, this is a fine house, you enter. It's not your home. You go to your home. We are going back to our home. That is Biafra. Therefore, once again, I welcome each and every one of you to today's edition of Radio Biafra Hausa-Service, coming to you through Radio Biafra London. Before I continue, let us pray.
As long as we come on every evening, the whole world must listen. As long as we preach this very gospel, Chukwukika Abiyama must be with us. Therefore, without any further hesitation, we must proceed to offer every prayer to Chukwu Okike Abiyama, who resided in heaven. Therefore, as we always commence, not from today, but from of old, our Father who art in heaven, Nna nke bi n'eluigwe, ka aha gị dị nsọ, that your name may be hallowed by men, that we may bow at the mention of it, that we may offer every glory unto thee, that we may offer you every adoration and adulation, because there is none like thee. You fight our battles for us. Every blessed day you demonstrate through your kindness and your everlasting mercy that you are our Lord, our God, and our Creator. This evening we offer these your children unto thee all over this very planet that you created. They are listening across the entire 24 time zones on this very planet where they inhabit. They are listening to your gospel this very evening, this gospel of redemption, a gospel of hope, a gospel of restoration, a gospel of renewal, this very gospel of freedom, this very gospel of emancipation, as only you ordained, that this very gospel must be preached, that mankind may be set free from the eternal damnation of the creation of the British. My goodness me, I want to remain in the spirit, because we must worship heaven. We answer your name, O Lord of hosts. Everything about us is designed to offer glory unto thee. We have atoned for our sins last year. This very year we have not only atoned for our sins, we have spilled, we have shed blood, they have shed our blood. We have let our sacrifice be made unto thee. Even on the 30th of August, as we are being felled by the bullets of the enemy, by the workers of iniquity and of darkness, we remain very strong today to beckon upon thee, to ask you for your mercy and for your grace, to ensure that your kingdom is restored upon the face of the earth, that you can bring your healing hand to bear upon the life of those of them that you created. for one singular purpose, and that purpose alone, which is to worship you in truth and in every honesty. Is there any way that we have erred? Is there any way that our ancestors may have sinned? We confess before a congregation of the whole of humanity to ask you, O Lord of hosts, to have mercy upon us. You must have mercy upon us. We have suffered enough. We have been subjugated enough. We have been tortured enough. We have been imprisoned enough. We did not do these people anything. Our only crime is to answer your name. Our only crime is to be born your children. Our only crime is to excel at everything that we place our hands into. Our only crime is to exhibit your glory and your blessing, which manifestedly is upon our lives every blessed day. That is why they want to kill us. That is why the British want to join those of them who don't know you to destroy your creation and your inheritance. You will not allow shame to befall your name. You will not allow the enemies to triumph over the lives of your children, because you created us to exist, to worship, to honor, and to praise you. That is exactly what we are going to do when this Biafra comes. It will come in truth and in every honesty, because we remain every blessed day. Chukwabiama believe we're whiter than white and whiter than snow. Is there any way that we have sinned that you cannot forgive us our trespasses, to enable us to fulfill your own word, which was spoken thousands of years ago, that instead of what you promised not to come to pass, that heaven and earth will cease to exist? You opened your mouth to bless mankind to the coming of Yahweh Yeshua, who came here and said, let your kingdom come on earth as it is in heaven. Those words can never be in vain, because they are anchored upon your holiness and your magnificence. That is why in the end we know that Biafra will come, that these children that we have given birth to all over the world, and their children, and their children, and their children, as long as they give birth to them and they are Biafrans, they will worship you in truth and honesty. Through this very work we are doing, mankind will come to understand you. Let your miracle be wrought in our lives. Let us witness and behold your magnificence, your holiness, your mystery, and your grace under our command. O Lord of hosts, we call upon you. We call upon you to heal. We call upon you to provide succor to those of them who are inconsolable. We ask you to come and strengthen those who are weak. We ask you to restore hope where there is hopelessness. We ask you for inclusion where there is destitution. We ask you for one brotherhood, one camaraderie, one bone, one blood, and one flesh of your children. The Efiks and the Bibios, the Izon, the Shekiri, the Isobos, and also those of them from Isoko. We are traveling all the way to the lands of Igala. We are moving on from there to Idoma, to Igede, to the territories of the Igbo land. All these places we dedicate unto thee. All these lands of yours, we ask you to cover it with your mercy, because Biafra will come, and when it does, we will dance on the streets. I'm telling you, by the time that we are done, humanity will think that we are mad, we are drunk in your glory, and rightfully so, because your kingdom will come to rest upon this very earth. That very kingdom is the unadulterated, non-negotiable sovereignty of the Republic of Biafra, that your will may be fulfilled in our time. All this we pray, all this we ask for, in no other name apart from that name that belongs to you.
That is the voice of the Lion of Biafra. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu Onyendu. We must continue. I once again welcome each and every one of you to today's edition of Radio Biafra Hausa-Service, coming to you via Radio Biafra London. My name remains Mazi Jonathan Chinedu from Olo province of Biafra land. Today is the 19th day of July, being Tuesday in the year of our Lord 2022. I welcome each and every one of you. Welcome your friends, even welcome your enemies. Do not deny them this hallowed platform, because this is where we preach enlightenment. That is the highest gift you can give to humanity. Enlightenment. We educate ourselves here because we need to be reasoning in another way around. That is why today I'm not going to preach much. I'm just going to make it interactive session. We all have seen what is happening in our land, in Biafra land, in the one that happened in our mama, particularly in Oru, in Olo, yesterday, where 14 young men were gunned down for nothing. And you see the Supreme Court, the Sarkin Fulani of Imo State, Supreme Court governor, he came up to deny and say that these are hoodlums. Honestly speaking, it's despicable. I will open the lines in due time, very fast, so that people will talk. People will come and aid their views on what they think. I find it annoying. I have to say this. When things are happening, like the other time it happened in Oboro, in Anambra, and people were saying, India Anambra, now wow, India Anambra, now wow, do something on India Anambra. When it happens in Imo, I was pissed off if I'm scrolling on social media, seeing how people are, Ndimo, now wow, Ndimo, do something. No! Anything that happens in one place, in one side of Biafra land, it should be touching us. We should be feeling it as if it is us, our collectivity. That is why I sent out a post few minutes before I came online, because it is annoying. This is, if we continue like this, it's a primitive mentality. We will be taken one by one, state by state. What is Imo? What is Anambra? What is Rivers? What is Delta? When we are all these names created, instead of us seeing ourselves as one people, oh, what are we going to do? Rise up, Biafrans. Rise up, our people, for what happens to one part of our body. Because if you sectionalize it, tomorrow it will happen to your side, and others will say, no, it is Boni people. This is how they have damaged our skull. That is why I'm going to open our lines. But on Friday, God's willing, on Friday, we are going to discuss this officially on this hallowed platform. I'm going to discuss this issue of clanism in our land. It's destroying us. On Friday, do not miss the broadcast, Friday's broadcast. God's willing. God willing. Do not miss it, please. Because we need to discuss, we need to talk about these things that is killing us. Why is it that an awesome person from Kaduna, for example, can become a local government chairman, a governor in Sokoto without no qualms? Fulani, the same thing. Oh, Fulani, even after all, Buhari is from Niger. That is the reality. So Fulani, those ones, they outgrow this. You know, they are more advanced. It's an advancement. We are still under that primitive spell of sectionalizing ourselves, our problems, making it look. Let me tell you one thing. When you study the war of Ekumeku against Britain, they were doing very well. They fought for 31 years. They resisted British onslaught for 31 years, and they inflicted heavy casualty. I say heavy casualty on the British Army, marauding forces. Do you know that this is one of the reasons why they hate us Biafrans? Because for them, they are avenging. Let me tell you, these people, these white people, they don't forget. It's only black people. I'm not saying black, our people, Fulani, they don't forget. They have many qualities of the West. I'm telling you honestly. That is why they're on top. You can take it to the bank. What I'm telling you, go and research it. Is a reality. Our ancestors, they were fighting the British collectively. They can collectively come and defend the Iguacha. Collectively, anywhere, if the British are coming from, for example, Onisha, they will all, everywhere, everybody, the whole Ekumeku warriors, they will come and, mass attack, mass defense. And they were doing very well. But do you know when they started falling apart? When some divisions entered, some people started seeing that, oh boy, and only us, we are more fighting, we are more warriors every time. It's we. Our people are more dying. Now they say, okay, if like that, and go and defend your own region, everybody, go and defend your region. And Yoma will defend their region. Aro Chukwu will defend their region. Olo will defend their region. Iguacha will defend their region. And they were sectionalized. Now Britain got what they wanted. They started picking them one after the other. They will go to Obibu and attack Britain and clear them because no more mass resistance. Now, people in Onisha will be waiting, say, don't worry, it is happening in Iguacha. If they reach here, we'll kill them. They don't know, they know we are warriors. They will pass and enter Onisha and clear those in Onisha because it's single. They are now few in numbers defending. Others will hear that these people are coming. They will say, no, we stand on our land, on our community. Do you understand? Ungwa will be there waiting. So Britain will be conquering one after the other. They will pick these people. After this, they will go and clear the other side. After that, they will go and clear the other side. That is how Ekumeku was conquered. The same thing that is worrying us today. Sometimes I look at what is happening in social media, I become pissed off. I say, when will the mentality of our people change? When? What is the massacre that is happening in our land? The other time, I don't know, more than 100 people were massacred in Owaro, in Anambra. People didn't realize, they saw it as our Anambra thing. Now it's your problem, go and regulate it, go and fight. Now, more on a fight. This thing will consume us. IPOB was set up by our leader in order to galvanize us together for common interests. IPOB one family. Anything that happens in Ebony, it is supposed to touch everybody. Lo and behold, our people are not still advanced in that thinking. You see people calling, ndimo, na wow for now, what happened there? I know if it happened to us here. And I say, what type of primitivity is this? When is our people going to change their mentality? This sectionalism is not going to lead us nowhere. We are the same people. Anything that is just like a body. In your body, each part of the body has different role to play at different times. The nose is for breathing. Do you understand? The eye is for seeing. The hand is for picking things, action, doing things. The leg for walking and doing other things. The same thing. Now, internal organs that you are not seeing, they are even more vital. They are working. Every time, the veins, the neurons, all of them, brain, all these things. They are working. But all are working to protect the body. Which means that is why it's called a body. It's a collectivity of organs. That is how we should be. That is why if something happens to your finger and your baby, it will be paining you. The eye is happening in your finger, but it will affect the eyes. You will feel fatigued in the brain. You will have you will have fever. Your body temperature will rise. You will feel cold. Your leg will start shaking. Only the finger, because all are connected. But why don't we act like that? It's a question. Do you know that this is advancement? You know, our people, do not miss this Friday broadcast, please. Do not miss the Friday broadcast. It is going to be clanism, the cause and remedy in our land. The Yoruba, you will see a Yoruba from Ondo become a governor in Lagos State. In our land, no. Fulani, that one, they are advanced. Hausa, the same thing. They can, they don't. This artificial creation of states doesn't deter them. They don't take it as, they just pick it for picking money and other, just for politics, nothing more. They don't see themselves like that. Don't you know that it is advancement? Don't you know that? In our own, something will be happening in Igbo. They are killing people in Obi, but others will keep quiet, talking it as story. They will not react. I've been saying, the only time I shall personally know that when something will be happening in Akwa Ibom, they will be slaughtering our people in Akwa Ibom. Now, it will go as far as people in Enugu will take it as a duty in order to rise up. Every part of Biafra land will rise up as one spontaneously, regardless of states, regardless of state boundary, because this state is rubbish, it's arrant nonsense. It is only us that take it, swallow it, hook, line, and sinker. We Biafrans. Do you understand? It is high time we stop or we start looking beyond the states. States were formed. The first state was created, I think, 1967. Few days before the war. Cross River, COR, Ogoja and Rivers, all those rubbish. And we now took it as if it is the way we are. Why is it that anything that we are called, we take it? We swallow it and start bragging about it. That is why an Igbo man will be selling that I'm not Igbo man, I'm a Delta. I'm a South. You are tribe, you say I'm a South. Don't you see that there is problem? There is problem. That is why they are taking us one after the other. When they finish they will go to Enugu and strike. The Fulani terrorists. They will go to Enugu and strike. And others will, all of us, it's happening in Enugu. So Enugu people, defend yourself for a while. And that one gone. When they finish there, they come to Anambra. Others say, Anambra, defend on herself. What type of mentality is this? I ask again, what type of mentality is this? It is horrible. It is detrimental to our collectivity. It is detrimental to what we are looking for. We are restoring a nation whereby anything that happens in a JUL land, every other Igbo land will rise up. Yoruba land will rise up as one people. That is advancement. Do you understand that? That is pure advancement. We are still backwards in that aspect, and it's very worrisome. It's very worrisome. When they, before it was Anambra, now they remove, they create rivers also there. They remove some parts and call it Abia. Now those people now start answering Abia. Hook, line, and sinker. No, you people are Abia. It is worrisome. It is worrisome. We want to see things as people in Obaro. They were demonstrating. It will ricochet. People in Enugu will rise up. People in parts of Imo, in Iguacha, will rise up in solidarity. Do not allow the thing to come to you, to happen to you, for you to rise up. No. That is primitivity. Do you understand? Our people should understand it. Spontaneity. It is a way of fight, and it's very, very highly potent to show that we are one people. The way our leader galvanized us, formed IPOB, one family, that is one of the best things that could happen to us. I'm telling you, with the enlightenment that is involved. Do you understand? let me not go more, because as I say, I will open my lines so that people will call in. We talk about 14 people that were gunned down in our mama in Imo. And this idiot, the Supreme Court governor, when you watch him, I will play the clip. When you watch him, you know that he is highly uncomfortable because he was on the spot. He was on the spot. So he don't know how to wriggle out. He know that he is lying through his nose. And he have the temerity in order to, lie and say that those innocent people that were coming from traditional marriage gone down, that they are hoodlums, that it is not a drug, it is a DSS. Do you see the danger of allowing foreigner to detect for you and you support it? I bet some people supported this Sarkin Fulani when he came in, even from his village. Today he's massacring, even in his father's compound, he's killing people. Do you see that? Do you see, when you see monster, please join others to fight against evil, because you never know. If you see a chicken na born shin, or cocoa na born shin, chop ya, because a man onye gato koya. It's an Igbo adage. That is why whenever you see injustice, evil, monster, it doesn't matter. It's not from your state. Let us relegate these state issues to the background, please. That is where it should be. The same way the Fulani relegated states and even country borders to the background. I say it is an advancement. Do you understand? That is why they're on top. When you see evil, it doesn't matter where it is. Fight it. Join others. Fight it, because it can touch you. That evil tomorrow can kill you. Do you understand? That is why IPOB, wherever we see evil being perpetrated, it doesn't matter. Even we see injustice being perpetrated against poor Fulani peasants, we go against it, because evil is evil. It doesn't matter who is the victim. We go against it. We are training ourselves in order to rise up in front of evil. When they unjustly killed is it Floyd Mayweather or something like that? What is his name? In America, you see whites and blacks, every green, yellow, everybody rose up. To the extent even it ricocheted every other part of the world, including the zoo. Because people need to fight evil. Evil, it doesn't matter. Injustice is injustice. Even if injustice is committed against your enemy, fight against that injustice. It is the right thing to do. Forget about your enmity. Your enmity is personal. It can continue after, no problem. But rise up and fight against that injustice, even against your enemy. That is what IPOB stands for. That is why our leader, during the 2015 detention in Kuje prison, he was defending Boko Haram suspects. You understand? Boko Haram suspects. Why? Because they were unjustly detained, incommunicado, for many years. He didn't say, no, these are Boko Haram that are killing. These are people. Anyway, you people merit it. No. It's not like that. That is what IPOB stands for. Fighting against injustice. It doesn't matter who suffers it. It doesn't matter the color. It doesn't matter who suffers it. We stand against injustice. Why should we do that to foreigners, whereas we ourselves, we sectionalize? It's worrisome. Honestly, it is worrisome. Now, I will go on some few headlines before opening the line, because I will like Biafrans to call. I will like Biafrans to call in order to say something, aid their views on the massacre that is. This is massacre too many. People that are in a minibus coming back from a traditional wedding, they were rounded up by Bubago. Rounded up and brought down and killed, slaughtered cold-bloodedly. And you think that we will talk about it and just forget about it? The same thing that happened in Obaro. People were slaughtered. Our people were slaughtered. And only shout in 1 day, 2 days, our people, 15 minutes people. That one is gone. We shouldn't keep quiet in front of tyranny, or in the presence of tyranny, in the presence of genocide. We should rise up, boots on the ground. Do not wait for you you are watching this for our mama people. No, let that thing rise up all over Biafra land. That is what we are calling for. Injustice is injustice. If people can protest for killing of one American in Nigeria, in Abuja, why can't Biafra land rise up for the killings that are happening every day in parts of Biafra land? They are diminishing our numbers tactically. Do you see the danger of putting a saboteur, a selfish individual? They impose it on us. Do you see the danger? He is even more evil. Let me tell you. Do you know that if he's a direct Fulani man, a Fulani man direct, Bello, Hassan Bello, that is a governor in Imo State, direct, let me tell you, he will not be committing all these things. I'm telling you honestly, because he knows that he's a stranger. If he commits it, now it will galvanize people, everybody to rise up against him. He will not do it. But our so-called Igbo man like us is doing it to our people with impunity. And you will see people that are supporting him. It is horrible. It is simply horrible. Let me go into this news because I'm not going to be long. I'm not going to be long. El-Rufai blocked July 19, 2022. El-Rufai blocked the use of Arewa House in Kaduna. P2B supporters. I like the blockade anyway, because how will P2B feel if you enter Arewa House and they say, oh, Oga, you are inside the Arewa House, whereas you cannot see him mention Biafra. He will go to southwest in Oduduwa land and enter Oduduwa House to start singing like a nightingale as usual, But when he to Biafra House, no way, only mention of Biafra, he will kill you. Don't you see that there is something terribly wrong? I even salute El-Rufai blocking the use of Arewa House in Kaduna. I support it. If you go and build your own, support. Look at simple cenotaph, Biafra cenotaph in Enugu. They destroyed it. Your B2B never mentioned Biafra. He never. And he went to enter into Arewa House. We have Arewa, Biafra, and Oduduwa. Why is one missing? Why they don't have the courage in order to boldly call Biafra House? Why? We are the main source of our problems. Do you understand me? We are the main source of our problems. Our people, we ourselves. I say what we are suffering today, more than 80% is of our own cause. And that is the truth. We're just right from the independence of the zoo. Just calculate it. You will understand what I mean. Our miscalculations, personal greed, blindness, political myopism, combined with greed for power. Just enter power, and if every other person man is being slaughtered, that is not your problem. Is it not what is happening today in our land? Even in IPOB, you see people that are vying for power, just power, where money is, and to command. And you say this, look, it doesn't matter. You see many of our people in Europe, in America, in Australia, in developed world, but you see them as human beings working. You see them as normal human beings, but honestly speaking, they are very primitive Homo sapiens. It doesn't matter if the person have private jet. He can have heaven and earth. That is not the problem, because you know, a monkey can have money. That's it. A monkey can have money. That's a problem. There are donkeys in the Middle East. Donkeys that you know, that cost millions of dollars. One donkey, one animal. So they are precious, but they're animals. Do you understand? When you look at the way they reason, all that matters to them is to usurp power, to take over power, to give command. They don't care about any other thing. Look at this useless hopeless Look at him. When you look at him, there is no difference between him and a gorilla in the way he behaves, he thinks. All that matters for him is power. After all, he said it that this thing that God just from nowhere give to him, that instead of to take it away from him, he said, let heaven fall. That is why he's killing his own people in order to retain power. Our people cannot kill all the others, our enemy. No. They go to our enemies, they bow down to them. But they are very powerful when it comes to their own people. It is troubling. That is primitive. I call it is primitivity, primitive character. Primitive character. You know, when you empower a slave, you know, slaves, they want power. In order to hew down even their fellow slaves. And do you understand what I mean? Slaves want power. That is if you see a slave maltreating his fellow slave because of little power which the master gives to him, you will bow. Do you understand me? That is what is happening to these people. They feel that in order to serve their masters, oh boy, they are ready to slaughter their own people. When you slaughter your own people, do you think that your master will love you? No. He will detest you more internally. You know. Remember Kunle and Alhaji's bugged the conversation. You remember? Where Alhaji said that, you see these people, these Igbo politicians, that they don't have any single trust on any of them. They are businessmen. But these are the people that are running helter-skelter, killing their people for them in order to be on top. The people you are killing our own people for, they don't trust you. They see you as very stupid, but in the periphery, on top, they will be clapping for you. Say, prove yourself, a detribalized Nigerian. Do you want this power? Prove yourself. Now you see a slave unleash mayhem against his own fellow slaves, his own people. That is how these people are behaving. I don't blame El Rufai for blocking the use of Arewa House in Kaduna. I don't blame him. It should tell, after all, go and build your own Biafra house. Go and build your own Biafra house. You come, we talk. And that is how it should be. Therefore, we must continue. Another news headline. Why we demolished brothers at regional cattle market, Abia. Do you see how they do? It's the same thing. Okezi Ikpeazu destroyed houses of the indigenous people, Igbo people, in Logba. But he left the Fulani on, all standing. And now he said that, they can give he said because he's demolished, he called them brothels. Brothels. Oh, Chineke Kona Hojo. Do you know why we are suffering? I used to reiterate it here. It's our own people. If people like Hope Uzodinma, who is supposed to be a governor, so to say. He's not his, he entered there through usurpation. He usurped power through the help of the Fulani Caliphate. Direct. Everybody know that. If he can open his mouth and say, did not condemn, at least to condemn the gunning down of 14 youths in his hometown, our mama. He said that they are criminals. And now you ask, criminals, do you, when a government agency, you catch criminals, do you just kill them extrajudicially? Is that the way? Now, this man now, he came now to say that, look, why he destroyed our people's houses in Lokpanta, that they are brothels, you know, they serve as hideouts for criminals, terrorizing people around the area. Do you see how they behave? These are our own people. Do you see why I say that the problem we have is we? When you say we shout against Okezi Ikpeazu, right? You tell me who is doing better. Tell me among them, among the politicians. You tell me. If another person come out from the population tomorrow and become a governor, he will do worse. That is why I say we need to change our mentality first, because these people, they come from us. They come from the population. They didn't fall down from heaven. They didn't go fly from another planet to enter into and start doing. No. They come from us. It's the mentality among us. That is it. Look at when during the time of good luck Jonathan, how the Fulani politicians, we are fighting tooth and nail, warning Jonathan to stop killing Boko Haram openly. They don't fear. They don't have they were not in power per se. It's good luck Jonathan. They fought him tooth and nail, blocked him his buying of arms. They lobbied him out of office. They said because he's he was killing Boko Haram too much. But look, our own people are killing and destroying our own people's goods and properties, massacring our own people, and they will stand in front of camera and tell camera that, look, that these are criminals, their own people. Now you tell me, between the two people, who is wise, who is more advanced, and who is more primitive? It is us. Let us say the reality. We are a very primitive set of people. What I'm saying, go and think about it. Have a retrospect. It's primitivity. If we can kill your own people, now the other person is saving his own people, one way or the other. You bring your own, you kill. Tomorrow, who is going to protect you? Who will protect you? You believe in the power of money to buy people's obedience, to buy people's loyalty. That is what they believe. After all, he will give money to market chairman and give money to motor park chairman, and he will share some of it to people and gather people. That is why when any of them is suffering, suffering persecution from the caliphate, you don't see any person coming to support them openly. You don't see any of them. It's IPOB that we think around and start, because we start also protecting. Do you see it? Because they led no legacies. Where everything is centered on money, buying. That is what the device, the Nigerian government, the caliphate device in buying people's loyalty in IPOB. You heard yesterday when Mazi Austin revealed to everybody that he was contacted by the same set of people sharing money. Where does the money come from? From the Nigerian government. As Dave Omahi boasted that he will use money to destroy IPOB. He boasted, I think last year. that is going to raise 1 million people to counter IPOB, and he will destroy IPOB with money, because they believe that you are cheap. After all, Igbo man, just flaunt him some word of bills. He will forget about what is integrity. Say, oh boy, integrity, Gagodas, let me chop first. But little did they know that there are many millions of Biafrans with integrity. Even if you are hungry, you don't care. They'll bring millions. You say, go and perish with your money. I think who said it in the Bible? Paul. When somebody wanted to buy, according to the story, the miracle, say, sell to me your miracle. This and how do you perform this? Sell to me. Take this money. Paul told him, go. I say, go to hell, perish with your money. Do you think that the gift of God will be sold is for sale? That is what we tell the infiltrators, the JUL agents. But unfortunately, there are people that are all they quest for is power and the money, where money comes from, and the contacts, whether they can wangle their way one way or the other. From nothing through IPOB, they now become known as by the politicians. Maybe one day they will contact them in the Nigerian politics. Because they are not mainstream, just the same way which he calculated in his life. And now form na-emezi BBC may onye without IPOB you are nothing. But also BBC na can you talk? Say I day nah. That is how sad it is. Many people have different as I was saying, if you look yourself internally, as I was saying, if you look yourself internally, more than, as I was saying, if you look yourself internally, more than internally, now you judge yourself, say, look, did I enter here in this platform with any other ulterior motive other than Biafra? And you check all round, you check 360 degrees, and you see that genuinely this thing is yourself. You see that genuinely not evil, it doesn't matter. Injustice is injustice. Even if injustice is committed against your enemy, fight against that injustice. It is the right thing to do. Forget about your enmity. Your enmity is personal. It can continue after, no problem. But rise up and fight against that injustice, even against your enemy. That is what IPOB stands for. That is why our leader, during the 2015 detention in Kuje prison, he was defending Boko Haram suspects. You understand? Boko Haram suspects. Why? Because they were unjustly detained, incommunicado, for many years. He didn't say, no, these are Boko Haram that are killing. These are people. Anyway, you people merit it. No. It's not like that. That is what IPOB stands for. Fighting against injustice. It doesn't matter who suffers it. It doesn't matter the color. It doesn't matter who suffers it. We stand against injustice. Why should we do that to foreigners, whereas we ourselves we sectionalize? It's worrisome. Honestly, it is worrisome. Now, I will go on some few headlines before opening the line, because I will like Biafrans to call. I will like Biafrans to call in order to say something, aid their views on the massacre that is. This is massacre too many. People that are in a minibus coming back from a traditional wedding, they were rounded up by Bibago. Rounded up and brought down, killed, slaughtered cold-bloodedly. And you think that we talk about it and just forget about it? The same thing that happened in Obaro. People were slaughtered. Our people were slaughtered. And only shout in 1 day, 2 days, our people, 15 minutes people. That one is gone. We shouldn't keep quiet in front of tyranny, or in the presence of tyranny, in the presence of genocide. We should rise up, boots on the ground. Do not wait for you to, you are watching this for our mama people. No, let that thing rise up all over Biafra land. That is what we are calling for. Injustice is injustice. If people can protest for killing of one American in Nigeria, in Abuja, why can't Biafra land rise up for the killings that are happening every day in parts of Biafra land? They are diminishing our numbers tactically. Do you see the danger of putting a saboteur, a selfish individual? They impose it on us. Do you see the danger? It is even more evil. Let me tell you. Do you know that if he's a direct Fulani man, that a Fulani man directs Bello, Hassan Bello, that is a governor in Imo State, direct, let me tell you, he will not be committing all these things. I'm telling you honestly, because he knows that he's a stranger. If he commit it, now it will galvanize people, everybody to rise up against it. He will not do it. But our so-called Igbo man like us is doing it to our people with impunity, and you will see people that are supporting him. It is horrible. It is simply horrible. Let me go into this news, because I'm not going to be long. I'm not going to be long. A-Rufai blocked July 19, 2022. A-Rufai blocked the use of Arewa House in Kaduna. P2B supporters. I like the blockade anyway, because how will P2B feel if you enter Arewa House and they say, oh, Oga, you are inside Arewa House, whereas you cannot see him mention Biafra? He will go to southwest in Oduduwa land and enter Oduduwa House to start singing like a nightingale as usual, But when you to Biafra House, no way, only mention of Biafra will kill you. Don't you see that there is something terribly wrong? I even salute A-Rufai blocking the use of Arewa House in Kaduna. I support it. If you go and build your own, support. Look at simple cenotaph, Biafra cenotaph in Enugu. They destroyed it. But you can your B2B never mention Biafra. Never. And he want to enter into Arewa house. We have Arewa, Biafra and Oduduwa. Why is one missing? Why they don't have the courage in order to boldly call Biafra house? Why? We are the main source of our problems. Do you understand me? We are the main source of our problems. Our people, we ourselves. I say, what people? When you slaughter your own people, you think that they are businessmen. But these are the people that are running helter-skelter, killing their people for them in order to be on top. The people. If people like Hope Uzodinma, who is supposed to be a governor, so to say, he entered there through usurpation. He usurped power through the help of the Fulani Caliphate. Direct. Everybody know that. If he can open his mouth and say, did not condemn, at least to condemn the gunning down of 14 youths in his hometown, our mama. He said that they are criminals. And now you ask, criminals, do you, when a government agency catch criminals, do you just kill them extrajudicially? Is that the way? Now, this man now, he came now to say that, look, why he destroyed our people's houses in Lopanta, that they are brothers, they serve as hideouts for criminals, terrorizing people around the area. Do you see how they behave? These are our own people. Do you see why I say that the problem we have is we? When you say we shout against Okeziikpa's right, you tell me who is doing better. Tell me among them, among the politicians. You tell me. If another person come out from the population tomorrow and become a governor, he will do worse. That is why I say we need to change our mentality first, because these people, they come from us. They come from the population. They didn't fall down from heaven. They didn't go fly from another planet to enter into and start doing. No, they come from us. It's the mentality among us. That is it. Look at when during the time of Goodluck Jonathan, how the Fulani politicians, we are fighting tooth and nail, warning Jonathan to stop killing Boko Haram openly. They don't fear. They don't have we are not in power per se. It's Goodluck Jonathan. They fought him tooth and nail, blocked him his buying of arms. They lobbied him out of office. They said because he's he was killing Boko Haram too much. But look, our own people are killing and destroying our own people's goods and properties, massacring our own people, and they will stand in front of camera and tell camera that look, that these are criminals, their own people. Now you tell me, between the two people, who is wise, who is more advanced, and who is more primitive? It is us. Let us say the reality. We are a very primitive set of people. What I'm saying, go and think about it. Have a retrospect. It's primitivity. If we can kill your own people, now the other person is saving his own people, one way or the other. You bring your own, you kill. Tomorrow, who is going to protect you? Who will protect you? You believe in the power of money to buy people's obedience, to buy people's loyalty. That is what they believe. After all, he will give money to market chairman and give money to motor park chairman, and he will share some of it to people and gather people. That is why when any of them is suffering, suffering persecution from the caliphate, you don't see any person coming to support them openly. You don't see any of them. It's IPOB that we think around and start, because we start also protecting. Do you see it? Because they laid no legacies. Where everything is centered on money. Buy it. That is what the device, the Nigerian government, the caliphate device in buying people's loyalty in IPOB. You had yesterday when Mazi Austin revealed to everybody that he was contacted by the same set of people sharing money. Where does the money come from? From the Nigerian government. As Dave Omahi boasted that he will use money to destroy IPOB, he boasted, I think last year, that he's going to raise 1 million people to counter IPOB, and he will destroy IPOB with money, because they believe that you are cheap. After all, Igbo man, just flaunt him some word of bills. He will forget about what is integrity. Say, oh boy, integrity, Gagodas, let me chop first. But little did they know that there are many millions of Biafrans with integrity. Even if you are hungry, you don't care. They bring millions. You say, go and perish with your money. I think who said it in the Bible? Paul. When somebody wanted to buy, according to the story, the miracle, say to me your miracle, this, and how do you perform this? Say to me, take this money. Paul told him, go to her, perish with your money. Do you think that the gift of God will be sold, is for sale? That is what we tell the infiltrators, the zoo agents. But unfortunately, there are people that are all they quest for is power and money, where money comes from, and the contacts, whether they can wangle their way one way or the other from nothing through IPOB. They now become known as by the politicians. Maybe one day they will contact them in the Nigerian politics. Because you're not a mainstream, just the same way which calculated in his life. And now form Mazi he netinye okwu ọnụ BBC may onye without IPOB you are nothing. But also onye BBC na Mazi na can you talk say na I dey na. That is how sad it is. Many people have different
intellectual capacity.
Same thing also happened to Germany. When Germans lost the Second World War, do you know the reparation they asked them to pay Germany?
Mazi, I don't agree with you, please. Okay, finish up. I will come there, please. The references you are making. Go on.
Okay, for instance, even when they lost the war, for instance, the Germans, they were asked to pay heavy reparation, which they finished paying either in 2015 during the time of Angela Merkel.
Do you know that they benefited from the Marshall Plan Fund? Do you know that?
Actually, there was a push. Second World War policy of United States, which is Marshall Plan, and we also know that the essence of that policy was mainly to curtail the defunct USSR expansion. That is just one of the reasons why that policy, Truman Doctrine, Marshall Plan, and all the rest of them were, released. But the truth is that there was a reparation which the Germans were asked to pay. And if you also look at the history and the subjugation of what the Jews experienced, you also agree with me that it's beyond race. But let me say,
let me come in there, please, just little before you continue. I disagree with you a bit. You made mention of Germany and Israel, that is the Jews, the present day Israel. And I say that they are the way they are treated is different. You know, in the case of Germany, after the Second World War, that is when Berlin was defeated, overrun by the Allied forces, including Russia, Soviet Union. Now, we are planning on what to do with these people. They tried, many of them suggested a politics of absorption. Absorbing Germany is putting Germany into extinction per se. That is making even deporting Germans, taking over their lands, and turning Germans to stop, forcing them to stop speaking Germans, to deny their identity. But after they had a second thought,
yes,
you understand? After they had a second thought, do you know the damage Germany caused to Europe, to the world? Do you know they caused a very heavy damage to the world just for nothing? Just for nothing. That is number one. And after they now found out that, look, it is still the Europeans, the Westerners, the Caucasians that finally say, look, these people, if we do what we have in mind, we will destroy the people, but we will destroy them as Germans. But the people still exist. It doesn't matter if they are in America, they are in Africa, they are in Russia. Even after decades and centuries, they will still know that they are Germans. They will harbor that injustice and they will start causing havoc everywhere in the world.
And that is exactly where I wanted to round up my submission, Mazi.
Okay, no, you will come in, don't worry, you will come in. Now, the way the pros and cons, they weighed it. There were some radicals, I think, from even some Eastern Europeans like Czech or other places. They were so radical. No, let's destroy them. But after they made all this decision and found out that, they decided that, look, in future, it will be problematic to everybody because they will be harboring, just like what we're harboring today. Now they have to help them and control them. Helping and American military is still present in Germany today. They have the American military there, control it. They allow them things that they cannot allow black people. Now, in the case of the Jews, let me tell you, no matter since the time of Christ, the Jews have been rising up and being slaughtered in Israel until they were finally deported, many, as they were migrating through deportation and conquest and through just looking for greener pasture, just like us. They were going all over the world, migrating, getting out of their land, Palestine. Let me call it like that. Now, they were apolitical. They were thinking that they can be doing it privately. They never really cared to take back their land until 1940s, after the Second World War. That was when they started thinking home. They started Zionism towards the end of, 19th century. Towards the end of 19th century. They started, I think, in Russia, in Soviet Union that time. Now, because they were undergoing persecutions everywhere, they never really cared to go back to their country. They were managing themselves. Oh, anyway, if they are killed in Portugal, the Portugal Jews will take it as the German Jews will not care. The Russian Jews will not care. They say, it's for the Portugal Jews. Let them take care of themselves. If Spanish Jews were being massacred, other Jews of over Europe and everywhere, they don't care. That is, they were apolitical. People that were not apolitical, that were apolitical, they don't think collectively as a people to get their land. No, they were thinking to stay well in their various host places so that they do better. What matters to them is they are doing buying and selling, they are going to school, so that's nationalism never really entered into them. They know that they are Jews, but they didn't care to start looking for their homeland until the apex of their massacre. That is why in the Second World War, it touched the whole Jews of the whole Europe. Not one side. Because before, the Austrian-Hungarian king will be given, we tell the Jews, don't worry, we are one with you, don't worry, we will protect you. If they are killing the Jews in Portugal, now these people will feel safe that it doesn't concern us. If they are killing the ones in Hungary, the Jews in Portugal and Spain, all others will feel that no, it's them, it doesn't concern us. We are better off here. Just like what is happening to our people. Until now, Hitler targeted all the Jews of Europe. I say all. Now they see that no person is safe. Nobody is safe in Europe. The only thing to do, both in Portugal, in Spanish, in Spain, in Poland, all we are targeted at the same time. So that makes them, that target brings them together. And now they started looking, so boy, this thing the Zionists are talking, not true. Let us go back to our land. Do you see the thing? The problem, because in this world, you have to have a target. If they are killed, like for example, in our land, we are hearing, bandits kill 500 in Zamfara. You don't know that even some of them are Igbo people. Those in Bauchi will say, no, it didn't touch us. No problem, it didn't touch us. Those in Biafra land say, they happen for girls, it didn't matter. It doesn't matter. Those in Lagos will say, no, it doesn't concern us. It's in Zamfara. They don't know that they will be taking everybody one after the other in Zamfara today, the other day, another day to be in Kaduna. They will kill our people. Others will keep quiet. It happens. What happened to the Jews? Until everybody now was targeted. We are targeted at the same time. Now, all of them now have that collective fear and unsafety. In order that galvanize them into being suicidal and say, oh boy, we have to find our land. And they were helped by the allies, by Russia first, and by the allies. Do you see it? So, but when you come to Haiti, these people fought to liberate themselves by force. But after liberation, after liberating themselves, instead of countries to help them and say, okay, now what happened? We have fought. After all, America fought for their liberation. France helped them. After other countries started helping them, bringing them to the new world order, bringing America, the young country, to the new world order. Why didn't they do it to Haiti? Because these are black. They say, oh boy, first convince them that, look, these people that we are buying with our money, how can we be sitting down in the same United Nations and they will be progressing like us? No, it cannot happen. Do you see where I say race also plays a very important role? Like in our own case, who is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, these monkeys to come and challenge Britain. Britain doesn't feel safe. I don't know that false sense of unsafety by Britain. I don't know what Biafra, why? Because of we are black people. Oh, how can we, black people that can manufacture, they say they don't want another Japan. That Japan in Africa, that the Japan is giving them enough headache. So how can black people now come and start? If they send the rocket in space, now black monkeys will send their own. It doesn't. They don't take it. They say no. Instead, we must be controlling them so that they will be eating their own flesh, killing themselves and blaming themselves for their misery. That is what I mean. Mazi, go on, please.
Yes, I quite understand every single thing you said, Mazi, no doubt about it. And also, if you look further to what you have the references you just invoked, you also understand that sometimes somebody looks, I think, some time ago, written by Rapture in underdeveloped Africa. And as time progressed, we now discover that sometimes the blame should not be absolutely on the Europeans. Because before we even talk about some of the references we are pointing, we have had opportunities where black people also try to galvanize themselves, try to build up a common front. Because remember all these things we are talking. The social science evidence proves that there is no people that can have the pathway of freedom until they first of all achieve one thing. And what is that thing? Commonality in purpose. The Jews never had attention of the world until they started forming an umbrella of agitation. And it was at that point that most of them began to address the British government, that led to Balfour Declaration of 1917 and all the rest of them. If you come to Africa also, you find out that even in Ghana, there was an opportunity for a renaissance, self-realization of the black man, which was championed by woman. What happened?
Go on.
What happened? The same black people suppressed that idea. If you look at us as a people, no doubt about it, we have the human resources to bring the attention of the world to our plight. No doubt about it. But IPOB has achieved one amazing thing. Remember, I talked about evolution. I talked about stage upon stage development. Our own race, there was a conscious establishment organically, a very destructive system. What is that destructive system? If you make a research before the emergence of IPOB, we never had a common front of unification. Do you know? You talk about the Jews, you find out that the Jews championed their unification across the Atlantic, across the Pacific. And in our own political history as a people, if you say Ohanese, somebody said, what about Ohanese? Do you know that Ohanese could not even engage beyond the southeastern territories? They abandoned our people in other areas. They could not even engage across the Gulf of Guinea, like the Igbo to Equatorial Guinea. Ohanese could not even have the temerity to engage them. So the first thing that is giving the world, especially the oppressive side of the world, concern is how Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was able, because the first stage of self-awareness is self-discovery. One of the major concerns is that the project called IPOB never showed in the intelligence radar. And that also points to the fact that there is no intelligence agency in the world that is perfect. Because their inability to detect IPOB at the earlier stage shows that there was a flaw on their own side. So they know that if they allow what is happening, which is the unification of these people, what IPOB has wonderfully achieved is to bring everybody under the umbrella. Whether you are in support of her strategy or not, you must be seen under the eyes of IPOB by the enemy. P2B was addressed. They said he can only rule in Igbo land. They were seeing him from the length of IPOB, whether he likes it or not. The same way applies to every politician in the land. So to Britain understands. Remember, they are not different from reality of history. They understand that the strategy and the movement, the dimension at which IPOB is going, which is first of all conscientizing our people under one common front. That these people, if they go unchecked, will definitely get what they are pursuing. And that is whether we like it or not. If you do the right thing, you will definitely get the desired result. Because the Jews, the first project they achieved from on their own pursuit, like you rightly said, if you make sure that what affect one Jew affect the entire Jew, they refuse that internal balkanization. Jews of Eastern Europe, Jews of America, they discarded that rubbish and got themselves under one umbrella. Mazi, you also agree with me that they never achieved that project under 5 years. It took a very reasonable number of years.
It took long time, really.
Isn't it, to get everybody on from looking from that perspective? And that is exactly what IPOB is currently doing. That every serious intelligence agency knows that these people, to the friends of Biafrans, they are seeing IPOB as a future partner. To the enemies of Biafra, they are seeing IPOB as highly organized movement that poses a threat to their interest. But beyond that, we also have to understand that not just having human resources, which we have, I think we are one of the richest black race when it comes to human resource index. We have it. But just like the Jews of the old, there are certain factors that will never, make some of our people to come to us until reality places on out. Maz, I don't know if you heard of Dreyfus affair that happened in France. A Jewish general that was wrongly accused and treated badly because he was a Jew, Mr. Dreyfus. In fact, that incident led to a lot of Jewish enemies in Europe, especially Western Europe, to begin to see what the Zionists were championing. That this is true. They felt those guys were talking rubbish. Jewish enemies also had the same problem some of our enemies are having today, because they wanted to be politically correct.
They said that they are good, that they are not as long as they are highly connected to the systems where they are. So it doesn't matter. Everybody should. These Zionists are talking. They are jobless people talking rubbish.
Exactly. They address their people like that. I read one of their storylines. Some people describe Zionists. Some of them told the British government and others to proscribe Zionist movement as a radical movement. But when the chiefs got the Jewish general in French army was killed, now their eyes got open. They now discovered that whether you are attacking the Zionists or not, the enemy was seeing you as one Jew. And the same thing is exactly what is playing out. That is exactly what is playing out. The British government knows, based on evidences of history, that the approach and the strategy of Nnamdi Kanu is too sophisticated to be undermined or to be played. They know it because they understand how systematic he's taking every advancement of the movement from one precept to another. They are not stupid, and that is why they are doing everything possible to see how to weaken the penetration of this message. And of course, in our people who believe that everything is just world of fantasies and illusion, some of them are falling prey to the comedies and the dramas, distracting dramas they are being projected to watch. So, asking if this project is a realizable one. It's already a realizable one, because when you look at the methodology, when you look at the strategy Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has put on the ground, it is, sorry to say, is on black. Forgive my language, Mazi. It's on black. It's not common among the black race. Whether we like it or not, it's not common. And that is what is giving them concern. How come about a black skin could be able to carry out this such sophisticated social science, deep social penetration, without our knowledge? So that is just the way it is. That is just the way it is.
Of course.
Like our father will always say, we must move, we must continue. People don't understand the philosophical, interpretation of those short words. He knows that there will be challenge on the way. He knows the seriousness of what he has subscribed into. But he said, irrespective of the challenges, irrespective of the distractions, irrespective of the overt and covert attempt to undermine what we are doing, that we must continue. And people talk, some people think it's a mere phrase. It's never a mere phrase. Because philosophers always speak in aphorism. And that is just it, Mazi.
Of course. There's something one of our brothers asked here on the platform. But before I dive into the question, I will say this. Our people should understand the importance of being galvanized under one umbrella. You can never approach a company or institutions as an individual. It is impossible. No person will listen to you. No person will give you access. But once we are galvanized as a people, that is where, our voices could be heard as a people.
Exactly.
Now, just like we are giving example with the Jews of the old, our recent old, I should say anyway, not the biblical ones, the recent one that happened. As I was saying, there were many Jews that were connected to various European presidents where they are or where they were staying. They had contacts. They were doing well. So when people were agitating, the Zionists, mostly young men that time, they say, they look at them as jobless people. Until the persecution enters into another phase or entered into another phase of everybody, affecting every one of them. That was when they now understand that, look, they are not safe. Irrespective, as long as you're a Jew, you are not safe. This is what is happening in our own land today. Forget about these people that think that they are safe because they have connection, or they have connection with one Alhaji or governor of governor of Bauchi or governor of Asorok. Look at what this man says, Shetima, that Obi, that Peter Obi should be a president of Igbo land. They look you with the same way they look every other people, every other Biafran. That is for sure. I don't know, Mazi, why you are out. I don't know. But come back when you could. So, you see many people that are victims of the massacre today in our land. Most of them are not Ipob family members per se. But there is no distinction. They don't demarcate. They come and ask you, are you IPOB family member? They look at, as long as you are an Igbo, they look at you as a Biafran, as an IPOB. That is what people should understand. So, we being galvanized under one family, under one umbrella, is very, very the most important thing first. Galvanization. IPOB one family. That is it. IPOB one family. That is what people should understand. That is why it pains me when you see people like our people. It happened somewhere, maybe our people are massacred in our mama Imo. Others in some in Nsoka, people in Nsoka Enugu will say no, it doesn't concern them. We feel unconcerned. Those in Igbocha will feel unconcerned. That is, it empowers the enemy. You understand? It empowers the enemy. Now, there is something one of our commentators, one of us, he commented. I'm just reading it. He said, "Why do we always talk like we are helpless without the assistance of the West?" Mazi, this is just like a question, a comment I saw, and I picked it up. It's not. We are not crying to be helpless, but let us face the reality. In today's world order. Look at, we are talking on air. Who is controlling it? It is the white people. Is it not? It's the West. Maz, is it not? They have satellites on the air, on the space we don't have. That is the thing. We are trying to, you cannot undermine them, say, no, you people can't do anything. You are just deceiving yourself. That is the reality. There is a structure that has been there in this world. After all, during the American Revolution, American own fight. Look, they started with people, the Minutemen. They didn't have a military training. France, that had the structure, came to help them fight Britain. That is how the world is. It's not that we are fighting, but we are crying. That otherwise we cannot survive. We want to be in that order whereby we also can be able to help people, others. But now it is our turn. We are crying. When do you manufacture AK-47? That is the thing. Even the molds you use, you are going to import it. What about if they put blockade and say you are not going to import anything? Do you see? It's not that we are crying. You have to make use of the order that has been there already. In order to, just like, you want to climb a tree, you put this thing, leather. It helps you in order to go step by step, now reach where on top of where you want to be and start plucking the fruits. That is what we should understand. It's not that we are crying. This is politics, international politics. We must play.
Mazi, let me come in here.
Go on.
That is also issue when we are talking about understanding realities different from investing in movement. Most of us don't even understand where we have gone today. Do you know there is no Western nation that describes us like leaders again? There is no Western media platform that uses that word, leaders, in describing us. Also, most of them have also shifted from the idea of separatists and moving to another choice of words. Mazi, I hope you understand that.
Yes.
So somebody who does not understand the importance of mind games will just, stand up these as begging a seat, begging the West or whatever. The truth is this: Biafra is not going to exist on isolation. Make no mistake about that. She's going to be a country among community of nations. She's not going to stand on her own. And what this movement have been doing in course of years have been to popularize this message to the oppressors and to the friends of freedom. Because definitely you are not just alone, you are not existing in an isolated world. You are existing in a country, you are going to exist in an environment where you must relate. There must be need for international relationship, either at the level of helping you out for your emancipation or post-emancipation period. These are very, very essential. If somebody is telling you, don't mind appealing to the conscience of the people of the world, you can just lift up arms and fight yourself. In fact, it is the most myopic analogy I've ever had. Because you cannot just be on your own. Today, IPOB has successfully removed from the mouth of people, especially international commentators, the word rebels. IPOB has also successfully moved to the point that nobody is giving her media blockade. All of this international politics and engagement. Somebody who doesn't know will say, you're wasting your time and you do this. The truth is, like Mazi rightly said, the system is already on ground. A structure is already established. You cannot play against the structure of the system, but you can manipulate the structure and the system advantageously to your own interest. That is what it is. For instance, when the war broke out between Russia and Ukraine, the first thing the Western nations did was to remove Russia from SWIFT. Let's know that. And it was targeted at really Russian financial institutions. Did Russia go and say you must put me back on the SWIFT after it's owned by Western nations? Russia devised a way to curry relationship with India and China in order to sustain her financial institution. So if he never made friendship with India or with China, or even start currying relationship among Greece, Brazil, Russia, India, the group they form among themselves, do you think Russia would have survived it today? So these are realities. When people are calling in relationship. In fact, one of those things that Britain is not comfortable with us is the fact that we are engaging. We are expanding in friendship. We are making people to put up their opinions in what we are doing. It's a smart way. It's not a weak way, like someone of us might assume it. Russia has the highest nuclear warheads, but removed from SWIFT. Her nuclear warhead could not reconnect her into international financial system. If no nuclear weapon she needs to survive financially and economically, she needed relationship. All what she did was to activate a relationship with India, China, Brazil, South Africa, and other states. So if you have concentrated in hard power, because in this world you are left with the two options: either you use soft power or hard power. If Russia has concentrated all her efforts on hard power, boasting on her nuclear armaments, boasting on her nuclear submarines, boasting on other arsenals, and the West ignored that her might and played a soft power game with her by removing her from global financial system, which is called SWIFT, Russia would have just naturally collapsed. So these are things our people must, you see, for the fact that our people are not groomed, we never have time to be properly schooled and integrated on statecraft and international politics. Sometimes our people don't understand how it works. So it is not begging the West. You should ask yourself, why is it that BBC is spending huge amount of money running a documentary to sing the way to Mali? If engagement is not a right step, if the attempt to make friends is not a smart move, or is a begging, worthless, why is Britain spending huge amount of money? Why is America and Nigerian government spending huge amount of money asking the world to, designate Ipob, trying to discourage our attempt to make friends? Because you must have international favorable opinion in what you are doing. You are not going to be an isolated nation state or state actor eventually. You participate truly. So it is not begging. It's not a sign of weakness in any way, but it's acknowledgement of reality. And reality to perceive illusion. It's as simple as that. Mazi, that's what I have to say on that.
Of course it is. Reality supersedes illusion. Our people do things on sentiment. They think, many of our people think that with sentiment is you can achieve something politically, but the answer is no. It is not reality. It is not true. As you rightly said, we are living in a world whereby we have to relate. That is the truth about it. So our brother Mazi is a Chukwudi. It is not that we are all crying that for help, that we are crying as if we are helpless without the assistance of the West. After all, even their comment, who brought it out? It is the satellite that is responsible. Do you have satellite? You are gaining from them, they are gaining from you, because they are benefiting. So we are in a world of symbiosis, a world of mutual benefit. Your ability to portray yourself and convince by actions and or inactions, by words or by actions anyhow, convince the world community, which is what you are doing, that the emergence of Biafra should not be regarded as a threat. Of course. So even the British economy. One time, I think on our leader was interviewed one time, I've forgotten by who, and I think by Dele Momodu, yes. He said it, reiterated it, that look, Britain, the West have more to gain in this Biafra, a restored Biafra that is progressing, where people's purchasing power is high. Imagine, for example, you see people will be making more, our way of living will be higher. You will have enough money. More people will have enough money to buy something like, say, cars, even foreign cars, new chassis. Not all these used cars that are being used for 10 years in Britain. Now the owner want to throw it and they find a place. Maybe somebody will buy it for £200 and bring it to Nigeria. And you are bragging that you have a new car. But how much is Britain making? When the car is use the car that's supposed to be thrown into the garbage. Then somebody just bought it £200. Or in Germany, 300 euro, 400 euro. But because the people, they don't have that purchasing power, there is misery. So that is what they can afford. And how many people are buying? When you check statistically, where like Toyota or like even the Jaguar, all these Bentley, all the big cars, where they are being bought most is where their purchasing powers are very high. Mostly people that are rich, countries that are developed. You see that the other countries make more money because people that can buy can afford it. But in a place like Nigeria, where we use the television, every garbage is being sent to Nigeria. It's not to the country's benefit, economically even. When Biafra is restored and things are working normal, people's way of people's living standard will increase. The standard will increase. Many people can be able now to afford even luxurious goods more than now. You understand? You understand it? Check how many people in Nigeria can afford to buy chassis Mercedes car from Germany. Chassis, not a terrible. How many? All these are what we are proving, trying to convince the world that you have much to gain. When Biafra is restored, we are working hard and seeing the result of our work. Our standard of living will increase. We have more purchasing power. Go to the Almajiri. How many of them can afford a bicycle? How many? They are, you see that poverty stricken. If you have 1 million people, maybe only 20 can afford to buy cars. Only out of 1 million. But with a good country, if the country is organized, developed, out of 1 million, almost all of them can afford to buy new cars directly or through higher purchase, working and paying. All are the same. So jobs, people that are manufacturing those new cars, we employ more people. It will create more jobs. That is it. But they want to subjugation. Now, Mazi, I want us to go into some news headlines, please. There is we see suspected headsmen kidnap 15 villagers in Enugu.
Yes.
Enugu. This is today's news. Suspected headsmen kidnap 15 villagers in Enugu. What is happening in our land? Like I said, this thing that is happening, headsmen, every time they kill in Enugu, others, as far as Bayelsa, as Iguacha, they will feel that no, it's happening in Enugu. It's a very big disease.
Mazi,
Go on, please. Go on.
A lot of things are happening in our land, but sadly, our people tend not to really understand things that are playing. The truth is this: the terrorists are materialistic advantage or material advantage against even Nigerian security structure. So the federal government admitted that after the terrorist attack Kuje prison, they admitted that the terrorists were using a higher firepower.
Why is it so, Mazi? Can you dive in? Why is it so? Nigeria is a country normally. Why is it so?
Now, the truth is, if you understand how the terrorists operate, I want us to be objective and as much sincere as we can on this issue. The terrorists always procure their hands from black markets. And because they go to the black market, they don't observe or respect international laws on arm procurement and arm usage. They have no respect to Geneva Convention because they are not state actors. Non-state actors are not bounded by international norms and obligations. So they can procure whatever they like, whatever they desire, and use it, not minding various rules and regulations of arm usage. They don't care, but they are not state actors. They are not regulated by any conventional system.
Mazi, let me come in here, please. Because what I want
different zone, we have more than 50 zones, different region meter. But you know, in a year, sometimes we do have general meeting where we congregate all of us together, or even during our May 30th celebration, heroes members, we all congregate in the center in the capital city of Peter. From there, we can know ourselves. Even if we are planning in nature, there is no networking. That's what I'm trying to say. There is still for a networking that even if it's once in 6 months, you know, for example, they used to have August meeting in our place where people come together. The youth can say, okay, we can decide all the whole youth from Enugu, from Imo, from Abia, we should all congregate in one museum, in one area. People will come together. There will be lectures, there will be symposiums, different kind of things. People will get to know themselves. Then, when this kind of thing happens, people will not be difficult. Because even do you know that the leader of the youth leader in one clan in Imo and the youth leader in another clan might be because of this that they might not be doing things together. But if there is a congregation that is a network that connects the whole youth together, it is going to bypass those of them that call themselves youth leaders or youth chairman or whatever thing. Because the people now on the grassroots know themselves at the virtue of these programs. So our people must have to grow up and understand and try to know how we are going to put all these things in place. Once in a year, twice in a year cannot be problem for the whole youth in Biafra land to come together. Have a youth hall. What is the cost? If not for the fact that the politicians, the Igwes, and some of these people that call themselves political elites in Biafra land have bastardized our culture, our value, and our people. We can maintain our nature, our value, our clannish nature, and still have the network together. Just one call. For example, when our leader was campaigning, he was going around campaigning in the from everywhere they come here. They come to Enugu. When it's going to Ebony, everybody they come to Ebony. Everybody from everywhere, from Imo, they come to Ebony. So it's just the networking that is not there. I don't know if you know what I'm saying, Mazi. So that we need to create that networking. If not so, we will continue to have this kind of problem. Have on ground now. Most of them are being carried to me. Look at what our this BBC that. So this is what we are going to do. And I hope that maybe we still have some of these youths that have good conscience and that can be able to do this thing. Please, they should get to work immediately because they are killing us as we are sectionalized. That is how they are killing us section by section. Somebody in Lugapala will say it's happening in Olo. When they finish that, they will come from the Opal. Somebody in Lumaya will say it's happening in Imo State. When they finish that, they will come to Imo, they will come from Maya. So there is need for our people to work towards achieving this very simple task. It's very, very important. Now, Mazi, finally, let me raise your indulgence. Let me give out our numbers from IPOB in Italy. I'm by IPOB National Coordinator of Italy. And these numbers is when you call them, you will be directed on how to support ESN. We all know what is going on now. The only option we have is to support ESN, to equip them. We cannot hide words. We cannot miss words. We have to support ESN. We have to get them what they need to defend the land of Biafra, to drive away the invaders from our land. It is very, very important. So for Biafrans in Italy, please call any of this number and you'll be directed on how to support BSN. Please, let me give it a, the first number is 35100460055. This is IPOB National Coordinator number in Italy. And the second number is +39 371 3044 902. This is IPOB National PRO number in Italy. Any of them you call, you will be directed on how to support ESN. Our people around the world must note that if you are supporting ESN, you have to do it through the means approved by HODDOS. It is very, very important. Thank you very much, Mazi, Chinedu, Jonathan, Sperium, as mentioned, and be with us. Will continue.
Well, thank you. We must continue. We preach the gospel. Caller on WhatsApp, welcome to the program. Can you hear me?
Yes, Mazi, can you hear me?
The whole world is hearing you, not only me. Mazi, please go on.
Thank you very much, my big brother, Mazi Jonathan. I salute you for your good job. Despite you're having a very difficulty in some technical fault, but you managed to, reactivate it and continue. I appreciate you for your good job. Yes, Mazi, that is who we are. We don't give up. And I just commit our leader into the hands of our ancestors to continue to guide and protect him anywhere he is. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu Hamadike, Ogadregnama. And I salute Biafrans all over the whole world. The new ones that hear the voice of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and say that enough is enough. We are here to support him and we are here to restore Biafra. It doesn't matter what any idiot, anywhere, in one room, whether in any part of the whole world, talking rubbish. He's talking on his own. And if you say that you want to select IPOB, don't stay in one room. Come out physically. You come to protest and challenge IPOB so that we can know who you are, so that we can see you. We don't hide who we are. We come out and confront the evil. Mazi has taught us how to confront the evil. We stand and challenge the evil. IPOB remains the only peaceful freedom fighter that challenges the evil with the evil. And the zoo is running away. The same way we are going to, dismantle the whole world piece by piece and let them understand that supporting evil does not pay. Because we are Umuchuku. Mazi, this is your brother Ugo calling you from UK, the land of the people that know what freedom is, but they choose not to do the right thing. They choose to subdue the people of God's people. Britain choose to subdue us. Britain choose that we are going to die for no reason known for them. I don't know. Because they think they are God, but they are not. They are not just over the whole world. Tell Britain that they are not God. These people are nobody. Forget about nuclear bomb. Forget about nuclear bomb. Let me tell us something. You see, what stops America and Britain to fight us now? You know what? They will not, because Russia have what they have. Russia have about 500 and something nuclear warhead. America is about 400 and something nuclear warhead. Britain have about 200 and something nuclear warhead. Now, you tell me if Russia was just ordinary Libya, America and Britain would have invaded, and France, coupled with some other countries, they would have invaded Russia. But they know that Russia have what they have. Everybody tonight will die. That is the work of nuclear weapon. Because that is how Biafra is going to build our own nation to defend our territory. It doesn't want any idiot. After all, our forefathers, they build Obunigwe, they build all these plants you see now, they are manufacturing. They build it in the war. In the height of that war, they built Obunigwe and they built that fought the two. Do you know that our fathers built tanks? If you want to see it, go to the museum. Yeah. You go there and witness it with your 2 eyes. It's nothing hidden. That is why we are hate. That is why the Western world is hate. If these people can do this type of thing in a period of 30 months, you know, when they're free, do you know what they're going to do? That is why Britons want to kneel on our neck. It's down to us to say no, enough is enough. That is why they want to subdue us through the Fulanis. It's down to us to say no, enough is enough. That is why Britain feel that they can kill us, they can take away what belongs to us, they can subdue us through the Fulanis. Biafrans all over the whole world. It's down to you to say enough is enough. It's down to you, nobody. United Nations is not going to do it for us. America is not going to do it for us. Nobody is going to do it for us. We are the ones that are going to do it for us. Any day we stand and the whole world notice that these people are really standing up for their freedom, believe you me, the United Nations have no honor or than to call for the indigenous people to go their separate way. All these things you're seeing, that is why when I watch all these infiltrators, they bought, it makes me sick. You know, Mazi, Nnamdi, Kanu, Hamadike have stated when he was kidnapped that he is not lamenting because that he is not crying, he's not lamenting. Not that you are going to do anything. They will back some of us over. And if they back you over, you will never destroy IPOB. A war he thought have come to pass. He said it before he was kidnapped. He told us that look at what is going to happen. They will back some of you, not because he's lamenting. He's not lamenting. He's just want to tell us. We are watching it now. Some of the people that is coming to fight IPOB, including Kanu, even Kanu is one of them. May Chukwokika destroy him anywhere he is. I am not going to be afraid of him. Because Mazi, Nnamdi, Kanu and his
Mazi, round up.
But yes, Mazi, round up. But you see Kanu, you are Biafrans are fighting to release Mazi, Nnamdi, Kanu. He is suffering in danger, in presence of you are PS just because of your selfish interest. Mazi, before I round up, my brothers in Biafra land, where they call it the state. Listen, purpose of them have come. He is doing the agenda of the Fulani. Remember, just he did not come to you. Since he came, how many roads have you seen? How many people? No. He is killing us systematically, but we have to stop him. And I'm telling you, cry no more. What you need to do is, if you know the guy he is using, one of our brothers come to Mazi and call his name. What stopped me today from marching to his father's house and burn it down? Why people of them keep them in Omuma? They keep them in Omuma. What stopped you to go? The same way you need to go and burn down the house of the chief commander in the state. But you need to, why can't you learn? So Mazi have been saying, let's learn how to, if it is happening here, come here. But sometimes you need to learn from what your youth have done. You need to learn. Youth of a you all see it. You don't want anybody to do it. There is no opportunity. Why can't people march up today and see those people that they kill and destroy that of the bag? Let me put it here. These people are not a Bubago. They called them. For you people to think that these are our own people. No, these are Fulanis. These are mercenaries from Sahel. They give it a Bubago for you to be confused. They will be picking you one by one, killing us one by one. Britain have installed the Nigeria Fulani government. Whatever you are doing, don't try 1967. I am telling you what Britain have told them. They know if they try it, you know, Fulani are we will level Nigeria. It doesn't matter. We will Nigeria level. You know what they are doing? They are killing us systematically one by one. We have to stop hope of them. Stop saying Ebubakun wants to go. No, say hope of them wants to go. We have to chase it. We can chase him out. There is nothing our freedom. We can do it, and we must do it.
There were. Caller on signal. Welcome to the program. Please, we should be fair. Caller on signal. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Mazi, there were. Welcome to the program.
Thank you. Good evening to you, my brother. Good evening, Biafrans and lovers of freedom. This is Ifan Chukwumadabichi, and I'm calling from the Netherlands. My brother, we start with your first point. I felt and I'm feeling your pain about fractionalization and sectionalization of our approach to this freedom fighting. And there is something you always used to say, that some of us, when you think you can lean on them, you can count on them, when certain issues comes, they open their mouth, you get dizzy. You start thinking, is this it? But what I'm saying that sectionalization is anti and on IPOB and against the teachings and principles of our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and the genuine Biafran ideology. We must fight it. It must end wherever it exists. It is a shame, a very big one, that after the whole work Mazi Nnamdi Kanu did to unite us as Biafrans, and this day and age, we are still talking about fractionalization and secularization. I can't believe it. But let's take it as a fluke that has to pass. It is a disservice to our leader for him to be in the dungeon and be hearing that we are playing secularism. It is Imo, it is Anambra, it is Enugu. It's a pity. It's a shame. This is not IPOB. And this is not Unamaji Jaba. We must shun that. And so let's talk about the extrajudicial killing of our people in our mama. Now, Hope Uzodinma is trying to exonerate the Ebubago because that is the brand he wants to use to continue killing our people. He put it now on the DSS, SSS. So whoever you put it on, does that justify extrajudicial killing of young men who were not armed? Because Shopus Oduma is saying that they were in the camp, these criminals they caught in their camp. A point I let them. It's a big lie because people who saw show what happened and where it happened, show the vehicle and where they're coming from, the wedding ceremony where they went. So, and now he's saying it is criminals, it is bandits, to make it palatable and bearable in the ears of our people. But be it what it may, how does that justify extraordinary extrajudicial killing of them? These people were not armed. If they caught them in the camp, as they said, where are their weapons? Because the DSS and the police will not waste time to present the weapons they caught those people with. And that shows any thinking person that this is life from Hope Uzodinma. And like what you are very observant, like my brother Jonathan, because I saw that he was very uncomfortable. His body language is non-existent. You see, so what they did is abomination, killing unarmed people. Why not arrest them? Like you said, they kill our people, they kill our youth willy-nilly, anyhow, wherever, however, and give any flimsy excuse. But the real terrorists in the north are arrested, then they are pardoned, then they are financed, they are protected, and they are settled. What is it, Biafrans, that we have become the worst enemy of ourselves? especially this crop of political class we have now. So now we are yet to see the reaction of all the politicians from Biafra land, from coastal to upland areas. We are yet to see their reaction to these incessant killings. It's not like our mama is the first one. Like you said, it happened in Obaru in hundreds. It happened in Enugu in tens, and now in our mama and here and there they are killing our people, and our political class are keeping quiet. The traditional rulers are keeping quiet. Even the clergy, now we are hearing confirmation that the priest that was kidnapped in Kaduna have been killed again. Why is the church so quiet? Forget one person out there, here and there, who are saying we appreciate them all, but this is not the body of Christ in total in Nigeria rising up and saying we cannot take it, we cannot have this. And socio-cultural organizations like Ohanese and Pandef, they are now mute. They are now missing in action. Unbelievable. And so we come to Okezie Ikpeazu. Okezie Ikpeazu is giving us reasons that he demolished our people's property. Why couldn't he give order for any activity that he doesn't want be forbidden and be monitored and enforced? So I'll tell you what's happening in that place. The Fulanis are leaning on him to clear the indigenous population there, the Biafrans who are there, so that the whole of that area of Lord Panther that have been given or ceded to Fulanis by Ojos Okalo will become a Ruga. And people must know what Ojos Okalo said he gave them there. Ruga in Fulani word, as they say, means my land, which means their land. And so what is Okezie doing is trying to obey his master's orders and then to keep them happy. So Okpokpo si na onye na-eti ọ bụrụ na ọ naghị agụ na nyawa nwu ya na-eti na-agụkwa. Those who are oppressing Biafrans, if you are aware of that you are oppressing and suppression of our people, Biafrans are counting and we are taking note, and we are not going to have it. Good night, my brother. God bless you. God bless Biafra.
Oh, hey, Biafra. Thank you very much. Caller on WhatsApp. Can you hear me? Caller on WhatsApp. Welcome to the program.
Yes, Mazi. Good evening.
There we go.
Thank you for this opportunity. Mazi, my name is Onisachukuma. I'm from Zoo Dungeon, from my location.
There we go, Mazi.
Mazi, your submission this evening touches my heart. Indeed, we are in sorrow. Indeed, we are in mourning. Indeed, so many terrible things are happening to us. But Mazi, what I'm asking now is, what are Biafran doing? What are we doing now that we shall fold our hand and see all these atrocities happening to our people? The killings is too much. Are we going to be there and watch our politicians work with their colonial master, with their leadership master, their slave master, so I need to finish us before we do something? The answer is no. And I say that enough is enough, because the God of our land forbid this atrocity, killings in our land, killing the grandson of the soil in their own land. Those that has nothing with them, those that is going maybe for their celebration of going to the wedding, and they meet dead on their way going. It is something of an irony. There is something you said. Where is the spirit of our people? Our people keep watching when something is happening in Imo State. Other people from other Biafran land, from the river area, from the coastal area, everybody will be silent. They won't say anything. I want to let Biafra know. Do not say that you did not hear, because Mazi have said everything to us before he was rendition. When they finish, wherever they are in Imo State, they will come into Abia. They will go to Enugu. They will come to anywhere. And this is systematically, they are removing us one by one, escalating us one by one after the other. It's our time our people wake up. The earlier the better. Let every Biafrans in the Biafran land should not fold their hands anymore and say this is not happening in my domain. Because when you say it's not happening in your domain, they now do not have power. The Budago there is not our people. Is not our people. Let's just have it in mind. This is a machineries. These are the people but being sponsored by Fulani terrorists. They recruited them, the Nigerian soldiers, those that they sent during election in Anambra State. They recruited them into a Bibago. They remove army uniform, they remove police uniform, DSS uniform. They remove all kind of uniform they are wearing, and they enter into a Bibago. Being sponsored by our politicians. Then now the clergies are silent. The traditional rulers are silent. I'm also calling Ndodinala. Let them wake up. Let them rise the spirit of the land. Let everybody wake up. And something that happened that first week that the edition Mazi, the first week that they went to court, that DOS call for sit at home. That is something that marveled me. I want to ask the Biafrans where is that spirit again? Because immediately DOS call off that sit at home. There is something that is uprising, something that happened in Abia State. I'm from Abia. I know what happened. They called me in that Monday that they stopped, that Monday to Tuesday that they stopped the sit at home. There is something that happened. We had a rumor or something like that is finally invention in Abia State, in Obakala area, as is. That is where I'm closing from. And I noticed that throughout that night, there is a raising in Biafra land. There is a spirit that rose in. To the extent I made call to village that night. I couldn't sleep till around 2 a.m. I was calling, and the calling was moving around. They said the whole people in Biafra land rose up because of that thing that happened in Obakala, in Omahia. Where is that spirit? I'm asking Biafrans. Where is that spirit? The youth of Biafra, where are you? The Kumekus, where are you? The spirit of our ancestors, our forefathers, those are fought and lead this fight for us to go and conquer. Where are they? Where are we letting the dead, the ones that have been departed, the ones that have been killed, we are letting them down. Let that be togetherness. Let the coastal region, let the people from riverine area, let the people from coastal region, let the people from upland, let everybody come together. We should stop keeping silent and saying this is happening in other people's place. It's happening in Imo States. Let everybody rise up. What happened to that night? Even the army that come into Obakla that night, they saw ammunition, they saw arm, and they shaking. They asked them, the villagers, the people who they asked them, are you for us? They asked the soldiers, are you for us or you are against us? The army surrender and say, we are for you people, and they went away because of the kind of arm. I know where I come from. They saw. So where is that spirit? I'm asking Biafrans. Are we going to be there folding our hand on they kill the youths that will defend our land? They finish us. I say, God forbid. Mazi, I raise my submission here because I'm really angry. I'm in sorrow. No matter these are my brothers, they are my brothers, they are Biafran. I'm submitting here. Mazi, thank you for others to call it.
Thank you. Remain blessed. Caller on direct line. Can you hear me? Caller on direct line. Are you there? You'll be the first caller on direct line. Can you hear me? Ndewo, please go on. Please go on. Mazi, go on, please. Go on.
In all this thing that is happening in Biafra land is that my problem is that our politicians do not want to talk. And my take here is that I don't know what the problem of Biafra in Nigeria here. They always like to attack with the Biafrans. Look at what's happening in Oshun. You know that they attack Biafrans in Oshun They attack Biafrans to show that they don't want the news to go viral.
Where?
That in Osun State.
Okay. What happened?
They destroyed their goods. Yes.
You
That
know-
they are the one that made PDP to win the election. They voted PDP to win the election.
Okay,
Yeah.
you mean during the
So you know what pains me is that
Mazi, you mean during the Osun election?
yeah, after the Osun election, they attacked the Igbo shops, they attacked the Igbo property.
That's it.
That they are the one that make the
Igbos are we are the sacrificial lambs for Nigeria everywhere. Hey, we lose, they kill you.
My brother,
we
right.
know they kill you. And the problem is that our people will not still get sense. Mazi, please go on. You're on direct line. Go on, please.
Yeah. So they attack them, and what pains me that made me to make this call now is that the first person that wants to cover it up is the Ohanes that is representing them in Osun State. Is the one that first come out to say no. It's not the Yoruba that attack us. It's just the alliance. We are in good terms with the Yorubas. It's just the talks of the politicians. Nothing happens. We are in control of the situation. We should not take it as if something is happening. We are in control of the situation that nothing is happening. We just debunk everything. Instead of the politicians there to come and defend it, it's our brother that is defending what is going on there. It hurts me a lot. My brother. It hurts me because I don't know whether the moment I open our eyes, the thing I don't surprise. That is I'm sorry, so my contribution here now is that any possibility that will make us not for the election not to hold in Biafra land, please let's do it. But it will play a very great impact when those senators that is representing us from Biafra land, no House of Rep is representing us from Biafra land, no governor, nothing, no representative in Abuja. This will play a very great impact. So any sacrifice that we will take to make sure there's no election that will hold in Biafra land, my brother, let's do it. It will play a very big impact. I don't want something that minister they will come up this election of their team. They should not put it forth. It will play a very good impact because the politicians, their interest is their stomach, their own interest, not their interest. So let's stop them. Let there no election take impact in Biafra land. Anything that we do, it will create a very good impact for us. Please, that's my contribution.
Thank you very much. Caller on direct line, no, is gone. Caller on WhatsApp, you have been waiting. Welcome to the program. Mazi, can you hear me? Caller on WhatsApp. Go on, please.
Yeah, good evening.
There we Mazi.
No. My name is Chukwumano. I'm speaking from my location. Thank you very much, Jonathan, for your topic this evening. I don't know where to start. However, I want to start from Okezi Mazi. If Okezi Mazi is the person that give order to go to Lobanta and destroy Igbo property in Lobanta, I think something is wrong in all these people we call governors. I don't know how people will hate themselves. You have enemy who are doing everything to eliminate you and your race. And you, as a person, you hate yourself. by destroying our people in the name of governor is a pity. Okezi Ikpeazu came up as a governor in Abia State. Okezi Ikpeazu start to destroy people's property. If you go to Omoma Road, Okezi Ikpeazu destroyed so many houses of people in Aba. If you go to Osusu Road, Okezi Ikpeazu destroyed many properties, many houses. If you go to Fox Road, Okezi Ikpeazu destroyed many people's properties. If you go to Port Harcourt Road, Okezi Ikpeazu pulled down so many houses of people. If you go to Adoji Market, Okezi Ikpeazu destroyed many shades of many people. If you go to Area, Okezi Ikpeazu destroyed a line which is the key of Area. From Fox Road to the end, Okezi Ikpeazu destroyed this thing. If you go to Old Express Road, Okezi Ikpeazu pulled down so many 3-decade, 4-decade people. Oh God, which type of person are this very person, Okezi Ikpeazu?
Mazi, are you still there? Why? What is the problem? Mazi, are you still there? Go on, please.
I'm hearing you. Are you hearing me?
Go on. It cuts for
now. Does it mean why Okezi Ikpeazu came up as a governor is to destroy his people? Is that how a governor behaves? Honestly, when I think of about Igbo we are seeing now, I weep. Why Okezi Ikpeazu go to Lopanta and destroying Igbo property, leaving the Fulanis and the Hausas batchers, because they are not building house. What they do is they use plank and they put some wood and lock it with something like that and zinc the top and stay there. He will leave it. People who suffer and buy block and build a house, you go and put it down. Have you seen how Igbo people are wicked? Sometimes I start to think, if you remove Nnamdi Kanu, if you remove Ipob, Igbo people has gone completely because there are no human being anymore in Igbo land. This is not how a human being are reason like. The other week, we heard about Soludo pulling down a church of somebody there, destroying their own people property. Is that how Igbo people behave? Does this thing make them their enemy to love them? Did these people understand that their enemy are laughing? They are laughing stock to their enemy Fulanis. Are they aware that Fulani are laughing them because they are idiots? They are not a human being to say. Igbo people we are seeing now, I don't think I don't know where they come from. Whether Fulanese, when they take them to Sokoto, they initiate them. They take them to the Satan house and remove their mind and their brain. And they come out. I don't think something is wrong in that place in Sokoto that all these people are going. When they initiate them, they come out behaving like animal inside the bush. How long did Igbo people think for what is coming to them? Nnamdi Kanu have done so much for Igbo race. Last night, I was about to talk on this radio about somebody, like yesterday, the man that you discuss program yesterday. There's one thing this man talk, which I pick up, and I know that thing is working very, very well for Fulanis. You see all these people who are coming to Facebook and talking about Biafra, talking about Nnamdi Kanu. So many of these people who are coming that place is just like a harlot. When the harlot, she will paint her mouth, she will paint her leg everywhere, looking for customer. When they come to Facebook, you think that they are fighting for Biafra. You don't know they are waiting for somebody to call them on phone and give them contract. When they give them contract, they will continue connecting some effluent ones to poison their mind. That is what is going on in this struggle. If you listen to American Igbo people, those people who are attacking GOS in America are people that has paid from the caliphate and Nigeria and Igbo politicians to destroy this struggle. There's one they call Chinyere Omweni or what? So many of them. Somebody come to Alozie today. He makes so many statements. From Peter, somebody came and leaked so many secrets. This group of people, somebody is paid them to destroy GOS, to destroy this struggle. My question is simple. Igbos in overseas, have you not have eyes to see how a country is looking like? And somebody is struggling to bring that good things to your people, and you are attacking to destroy, to remain a slave. What a bad people, what a wicked people existing on earth in the name of Igbos. Look at what Fulani are doing to Nigeria. Fulani have completely destroyed Nigeria. Instead, P2B, we discuss how to make sure we use this opportunity to separate from Nigeria. P2B are doing everything. P2B travel to Sokoto to pray for Tafawa believer where they bury him. What a pity of P2B. P2B have not prayed for Odumegwu Ojukwu where he was buried, who fight to liberate Igbo people from slaves in the name of Nigeria. P2B have not prayed Agui Ronsi grave. P2B he don't know where to go to pray. After praying, he traveled to London to meet their evil group. Whether you go to pray for London, for them to give him whatever you want.
Man,
just to come and displace himself. I'm happy that Fulani are going to deal with him proper. He will go back shamelessly because Fulani are not foolish like Igbo Nigeria race. It's a pity. It's very bad. I pity my leader, our leader, who have come and speak the truth.
Thank you,
and
Mazi.
that truth will remain
for
those who have it. All hail Biafra.
All hail Biafra. Thank you. I think I'll pick the last caller on signal. Welcome to the program. You are the last caller. Go on, please. Caller on signal. Can you hear me? Caller on direct line. Can you hear me? Caller on direct line. Can you hear me? Caller on direct line. Are you there? There. Please go on. Welcome to the program.
Good evening, Mazi.
Go on, please.
Yeah, good evening. Okay. Good evening, Biafra, lovers of freedom. My name is Mazi, Chigimanchambo. I'm calling from Biafra land. Mazi, before I go further, there's something I would like to say. We should not allow the children of darkness, the Fulani and the Kotokaripet, to divide IPOP because we believe IPOP is one family.
Mazi, IPOP is indivisible. It is indivisible.
Yes, I know. I know.
We try, but it's an effort in futility. That is it. It's indivisible. Go on, please.
I believe so. God is on our side. Having said that, let me move to Imo State. Whatever is called his name, he does not learn from history. I want to let him know that the Fulani master will use him and drop him. Just the way that they use the former governor, Rocha Sokorocha. He has not learned from the lessons that come from that. How can he form a Dubago? A black inform is the Dubago that we kill his own people. Now it's not defending the Dubago, telling the world that the people that the Dubago kill is bandits. Why the black is busy killing innocent people? Why the Fulani herdsmen are killing our people, raping our women, and he have not said anything? God must surely judge him. Mazi, I want to rest my case here. Thank you.
There will Mazi. I think you are the last caller. The person that called on signal was not attentive, so. Biafrans and lovers of freedom, this is where I'm going to end the program. I'm going to stop picking calls. Please do not call back. The problem we are having, most of the problems we are having is self-made. Mostly from us. I'm telling you. Do you see this sectionalism? When it's happening in Imo, other areas will be quiet and say it's Imo problem. When it's happening in Bayelsa, other places will say no, it's Bayelsa problem. Everybody will keep quiet and do as if nothing is happening. We must change this attitude. Why is the North so politically ferocious or feared? Could you remember anything that happens in one state in the North? The fear is immediately, before you know it, it will spread in every other part of the North. Why is it so? Do you know that this is advancement in civilization? Do you know that? The ability to be organized into a unit, to be reactive, that is civilization. Is a plus in civilization. You know, when people are extremely selfish, that they don't see what happens to their brothers or their neighbors as, as their problem. That is part of the problem. It's a primitive character. I don't want people to say, no, this is our culture. No. There are cultures you need to discard as time goes on, depending on the environment, on the situation at the time. Do you see, just like we preached yesterday, Mazi Austin made a comment. Russia is able to survive the economic sanction of the West because she built partnership, friendship. That is the thing. It served him. It's not his nuclear weapon plays a big part, but it's not something that will be used right now. It's soft power. Now, when you compare it to our system, we see that this sectionalism is killing us. It is destroying us, our umbilical cord. We need to change. That is why IPOB is there. In order to do what? To galvanize us, organize us into one family. So that when something happens to one member of the family, others will react, feel it as if it is happening to them, and react. Not pushing it and say, no, this is your problem, solve it. It's primitivity. I continue saying this. It is a very primitive character. It is a very primitive character. You can, refine your culture. We human beings, we are engaging in continuous changes. That is why we advance to what we are today. When you look at pictures of maybe 1970, just imagine, let me tell you this. Just watch maybe footballs of, go back, footballs of 1980s, you will laugh. The environment that time will look so, archaic. Even their jersey, their fashion, everything looks so archaic. That is how the world is. Constant changes. Let me tell you, even today, you take nice selfies, TikTok, this and that. In the next 30, 40 years, people will look at this time we are in as archaic. When they look at the pictures, they look at everything that they say, oh boy. The same way we are seeing something, things of 1980s and 70s and 90s even. When you watch photos and videos of that time, you laugh. Musics that that were played with that bongo, all this and that, you will laugh. It's a cake. It became a cake in our eyes today. So what am I saying? It's the same thing like culture, tradition. You remove things that, as time goes on, as we are moving, you jettison things that are bringing us backwards, that are not helping us, and substitute them. Even if you borrow them, you borrow it, things that are good for our collectivity, for our collective interest. We are seeing what is happening. Anything that happened in the so-called North, they try to prevent quality immediately so that other parts of other states in the North don't see it. Do you understand? Because immediately they will take over. You ask them, people in Sokoto will be on rampage Why? Because of what happened in Niger State. Do you see it? I say that is advancement in itself. I'm telling you honestly. Because alone you can't do nothing. When you are sectionalized, you're dead, you're gone. Let us be wise. Let us do things accordingly. This IPOB is there for galvanization, organizing us. Is the most difficult task. Because you see, for you to be genuine in what you are doing, you have to lower yourself, lower your self-esteem. You have to make sure that your selfishness, that your selfish quest. No, command them. You lower yourself and switching into the body. That is it. But once you are still primitive, you see yourself as all and all. That is the problem. You still remain primitive because you are not disciplined. It doesn't matter where you live. You might live in an advanced country, but you are still primitive. The way you think, the way you behave, you become uncontrollable, proud. No person who will command you. Instead, your quest is to take hold of everything to command, because you are still exhibiting that primitive character. You are not there for the advancement of the body. You are there for your advancement, only your selfish advancement. That is what is killing us in Biafra land, in Igbo land. This selfish character. What the Fulanis they have outgrown. The civilization made them, they outgrow this. It doesn't matter. Call them any name you want. Oh, they are cattle. That is cattle. That is what Azikiwe called them. These people are cattle. Don't worry, Britain, go anything. Don't worry, I'll take care of them. Who is taking care of who today? Who is taking care of who? That's why if you want. That's why when you call them cattle, they say yes, we are Nama, we are cattle, but you are the grass we are chopping. And when you look at it, is true. We should remove this selfish character. It's highly primitive. It's a primitive character. We need to change so that thank you for listening. Biafra is our ideology. People are still calling, but I say I'm no more taking any call. It's our ideology, it's our way of life. It's our identity. We have no other identity other than Biafra. Our leader is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Stop listening to gossips about this and that. What Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is missing in jail. He's there. That is Rob Bonkom. Please stop listening to gossip. Let us continue as a unit. Biafra, IPOB is indestructible. Don't fear about that one. Biafra is our identity. IPOB is indestructible. Our enemy, they looked down on our resolve, thinking that we are those Igbo men that can be bought. Oh, just splash money and they start singing another song. After all, Obasanjo said it at that time, that these are miscreants. When our leader was talking, he said, these Igbo people, they have come again when somebody need money. You want to just give him some more money, give him $1 million, let him keep quiet. Little did they know that we are unbribable, unbuyable. We are genuine in what we are doing. Therefore, look into yourself and ask yourself and answer. Are you unbribable? Are you unbuyable? Are you a person of integrity? Can you refuse food when you are hungry? Can you, because of integrity? you never eat, and they bring food for you to jettison your Biafra ideology, and you say no over my dead body. Ask yourself, can you do it? That is a self-retrospect. Thank you for listening. From me, from here, it is simply good evening.